On What Grounds by Cleo Coyle. The wrong bad guy. Are you sure you saw someone here, Miss Cozy? Asked Quinn. Heard someone. Upstairs. I pointed to the short flight of carpeted wooden stairs tucked beside a large closet next to the kitchen. All three of us stilled and listened. The creak of floorboards was unmistakable. Someone was up there walking around. Stand back, Miss Cozy, I whispered Quinn. His hand dipped into the letter holster strapped beneath his shoulder. I swallowed a gasp when he pulled the weapon free. He pointed the barrel, which looked to me like a small cannon, at the floor and moved to the base of the staircase. Langley followed, his gun, just as big, drawn too. Is that necessary? I whispered. I hope not, he said softly. Quinn and Langley climbed the stairs, and there was a hideous few seconds of absolute silence. Then a muted voice of surprise. Male. The intruder was male. Police! Hands on your head! Now! Move! Langley appeared at the top of the staircase. He moved down, the intruder behind him, hands behind his back. They'd cuffed him, I realized. Good. Another few steps and Langley would be out of the way, and I'd finally get a good look at the nervy bastard's face. Oh no, I thought. Matt? Carolyn? You know this guy? Asked Quinn. Prologue. She was a dancer, young, slender, pretty, but not particularly beautiful and not special. From the corner of Hudson Street, the walker watched her prancing about behind the tall French doors, sweeping, mopping, wiping, the gleaming wood floor, the marble-topped tables, and the silver espresso machine. The hour was late, the place was closed, but the coffee-house lights beyond the tall, clear windows shone with a disturbing intensity. Harsh beacons that burned through the thin layer of fog rolling off in the cold, dismal river just a few blocks away. With tentative movements, the stalker followed those beacons, descending the curb into the empty street. Wisps of pale mist flowed in waves across the great cobblestones, sweeping the stalker along in its ethic current like some passenger on a ferry boat bound for the underworld. Reaching the other side, the stalker moved into the wide, clean sidewalk. From above, a faux gas lamp buzzed and sputtered. How appropriate, thought the stalker, and how typical. This vile little street light had the facade of class, but inside it was fake. The forced flickering of a cheap electric light, an inferior imitation of the real thing. Just like Annabelle. Nothing special. The 4-story red brick townhouse that held the coffee house was no different, the stalker decided, just one of many in this historic area. Common, ordinary. Below the arched front window, an antique wrought iron bench sat, bolted to the sidewalk. Seeing it, the stalker sank to its cold, hard surface. Breathing became difficult, no longer unconscious, but an intentional thing. Purposeful, planned, and premeditated. In then out then in. Deliberate counts, deliberate breaths, wave after wave, until finally the stalker rose and once again made an approach. The Village Blend's door loomed large, beveled glass in an oak wood frame. Pulsing music leaked through, the intense aroma of roasting coffee. The stalker's knuckles rapped, one knock, two. Inside, Annabelle spun, a dancer's turn. The long blonde ponytail swung around the slender neck. Blue eyes widened in the oval face. The pert nose wrinkled, delicate eyebrows drew together, forcing unflattering folds into the high, smooth forehead. When she aged, it's what she looked like, thought the stalker. Shriveled and wrinkled and used up, it was only a matter of years. Surprise registered on Annabelle's face as she stared at the figure beyond the glass. Slight suspicion was evident, but not alarm, and not panic. Good, thought the stalker. Very good. It took a week for Annabelle to cross the wood plank floor. A day for her to click-clock the deadbolt. Finally, the framed beveled glass cracked and the stalker stiffened, swallowing down the upsurge of bile. The girl has it coming. She's brought it on herself. For days these thoughts had been repeated and repeated on breath after breath and wave after wave. An unrelenting floor, they became the current that carried away any last sturge of sentiment, of creeping Conscience, a warning whisper that one day there might be regret. "Hello?" said Annabelle warily. "I didn't expect to see you. This girl has it coming. She's brought it on herself." "Do you want to come in?" The stalker nodded, forced to smile. Then Annabelle cracked the door wider. The music pulsed loud and the stalker strode in, vowing, at least for this one brief moment, never to look back.